All right, we're back. A few little changes just because there's been a bit of drama. Pigeons, always drama. Trying to get these pairs all tidied up. But so what I had to do is I moved this pair back into here. So they'll probably just do one more round. I tried to have them off in the other basically cage where you had them anyway, but it was just a bit too much drama because obviously, you know, Apache wants the box. Everyone else wants the box. This big guy has struggled to fly back up into the top box, which is the only free box that I've got at the moment. And he kept landing as far as he could get was the one below, and he was there's some freshly hatched little babies in there. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to bring across here and just take out the divider that I had in here. That way I know that they've got more space to mate and those eggs will be fertile. I do need to check the other ones from this pair and hopefully they are fertile. But yeah, we're getting that late in the season now, and these are just for Pattaya anyway. And if we do get a couple spare babies, we'll probably keep one for myself here, and we'll maybe send one across for Adam to race as well, which will be pretty cool. We'll move into here. Starting to do some acting work at work, so I'm kind of in a higher duties role at the moment, so it's taking a lot more time. So I'm just trying to keep things as simple as possible. Obviously that's why I didn't get a video out yesterday, because, you know, more responsibilities, more time, but, you know, we'll get there. So Saturday tomorrow I want to get in here and give it a bit of a tidy up. The only change that I made is what I did is I put Storm in here with this cock. This is a cock that we are going to send over to my mate, the one that's actually sent us 8 really well-bred birds. So this one's going to go across with that at some point in a couple of months' time, probably sometime in the race season. So I thought, you know what, maybe we'll just put Storm with him, because Storm, hasn't done a lot this year. So I thought maybe we'll just put her with this cock. I was thinking about putting her with the big cock bird that we're borrowing at the moment, but it's just going to be too much hassle. So I'm just going to leave it with the best hen for now, and then just try and tidy up and finish this pretty quickly. But if I get one round out of these guys, I'll be pretty happy. We won't be able to race them, but we'll definitely fly them, which will be really good to see. So I'm still waiting on my Pattaya rings. I see quite a lot of other people have got them and already got the rings on their babies. So I'm really hoping that mine turn up, because I'm kind of really needing them at the moment. Like if those eggs don't turn out to be fertile over there, then we might have to try and slip them on these little babies here, and these will need to be rings on them sometime early next week. So yeah, these are like my backup birds for Pattaya, which are still right. These are babies off the best hen in 83, and you know, the babies off them have been quite nice. So we'll see how they go. They're looking really healthy, but these are kind of my backup plan. If those eggs don't turn out to be fertile, then I'll slip some rings on these guys, and potentially these are a backup as well. So these will lay very soon, I'd say, and I can utilize one of those eggs to put on the rings as well. As long as they lay probably in the next 10 days, we'll probably have time. These two are just fighting it out, so we'll put these ones back over there. Just, it'd be a lot easier if we had like a good solid time schedule to work off, but we don't for Pattaya, so we just got to kind of juggle things at the moment, and you know, we'll be better prepared for next year. But check out how this little guy's turning out. His nest mate's quite nice too, but look at that. Let's have such a beautiful wing on this little guy. He's got such a cool little face too. So this guy's not going to make it in the race season. Any birds that are in the nest now, they're cut off. So these guys will still loft fly. They may get to a few tosses, but all the race team is actually in the loft now, and we'll start letting them out probably this weekend. Because, oh my gosh, what are you two doing? Get off there. Leo is always a bit of a pain. Unless he's settled with eggs, he's a bit of a pain. You can see he's a bit of a disruptor. So we'll just loft fly those ones. I'll most likely race them ones next year, which is fine. I do want some older birds, so we'll probably toss them ones later on in the year as well. So that would be cool. We'll get them all ready, and not too much else has happened, and we need to candle those eggs now and see if they're fertile. Right, so I just candled them with the torch on my phone, and at this point I can't see any red veins or anything in there, which still early days. We only put them in there a couple of days ago, so hopefully Give them a couple more days. If I don't see anything, then we'll have to just toss those ones out, and fingers crossed that that hen will lay a second round. The only reason I don't think those would be overly fertile, like I said that before we put them in there, is that obviously it's an older cockbird, and then we just kind of just moved him in from the other side of the country. So I feel like once we get the other round out, that one should be definitely fertile. You're getting a bit of a troublemaker, so I'm going to have to separate some more cockbirds. So we'll see how we go. That's what I mean, like at least we got these ones as like a backup if we don't have, you know, we just really haven't been overly well planned this year, because we just haven't had a specific time frame for the getting the birds paired up and ringed, and the rings here in time for potato. So we'll just keep trying, keep chipping away. Hopefully this little girl sits tight like she has been, and those little eggs turn out to be fertile, which I really do hope they do. And we'll have a quick look in here, but check out the feathers that are coming off these birds. These young birds are molting like crazy, which is good. We've got some cool weather at the moment, which is really surprising because this never ever happens this time of year. And I do need to get back in, give this one a good tidy up tomorrow. But this team all flying really well. These are due for their second PMV and rota vaccination this weekend, and we'll start working on getting the first PMV and rota in for some of these newer ones that have come across. So it's going to be a really busy weekend here. I've got a lot of juggling and vaccinations and stuff to do, and well, we'll see how we go. We just got to keep chipping away. We'll go over here for a little bit of a look. So at the moment I've opened up this section here. We did have the two new birds in here for a little bit. Now we've released them, and this is them down here. These are the two that we got the other weekend, and they're looking pretty good. Still a little bit wild, so I'm hoping they settle down now. We've moved them into the other birds, and they can just copy them a little bit. But that's the cockbird there. He's very, very strong bird. He almost knocked me out the other day because he just he's a solid brick. And here's his little nestmate sister here. So hopefully we get them ones settled in, and we can probably try and breed off them later on. I might talk more about these ones later on. The family, especially the father side of these birds, is probably one of the better lines of one loft birds in Australia. So hopefully they do pretty well, because the father, I think, got fourth in one of the one loft races as well. So we'll see how they go. They're looking pretty good. They're really muscly, really strong. So fingers crossed that those ones do perform for us. We've got a little bit of mucking around to do this weekend, like I said, with PMV, all that vaccination stuff. But the last little set of birds over the back there, I want to try and get them out next week. I think they've been here long enough. Hey 83, what are you doing, buddy? He's in here loft flying at the moment. He loves it, which is good, because he gets to stretch his wings and get a little bit of a break. But I am going to officially start properly trap training, so I'm going to put all the babies up in here over the weekend several times, and then call them in through the bobs, and then they should be ready next week sometime to get them out and start letting them play around and start flying, because these ones really need to get a wriggle on now. We had a rough season with the breeding. It was a little bit slow and we didn't get out what we needed. That's why these are reasonably late, so they're technically, you could call them late breeds. That's what they are. So we got to get them moving, catch up to these guys, because these are super at the moment. They're really flying quite well, considering it's molting season and I'm not pushing them. I'm just letting them out, stretch their wings, and then they come back in. So stay tuned over the next few days. I'll get some more videos up tomorrow, and hopefully get a bit more work done.